Hello YouTubers, happy Mother's Day, and in honor of Mother's Day, today on Hidden Gems, I'm going to be going over my brief review and thoughts of the 1994 film, Serial Mom. So Serial Mom stars Kathleen Turner, Sam Waterston, with Ricky Lake and Matthew Lillard as their kids, and is directed by John Waters. John Waters briefly directed films such as Cry Baby and the original Hairspray. And Serial Mom is a very, very dark comedy. Kathleen Turner gives one of her most brilliant performances. I'm surprised she wasn't nominated for an Oscar. Very underrated performance from Kathleen Turner, and quite different from what we've seen her do in Romancing the Stone, Jewel of the Nile, Roar of the Roses. This is a very dark role, and she just has fun with it. Originally, Julie Andrews was going to be the role of the mother, and they ended up getting Kathleen Turner. And Serial Mom pretty much opens up. It's an all-American family. Everything seems fine in this suburb. But neighbors are getting prank calls from somebody who's harassing them. This killer's going around. And it follows Kathleen Turner and Sam Waterston. They're a couple. Matthew Lillard and Ricky Lake, like I said, are their kids. And the family is unaware that Kathleen Turner, their mother, is the one inciting these prank calls and going around killing people. So ultimately, it's about them finding out that their mom is a serial killer. And it is just a crazy, crazy movie. And the film just has a crazy plot. After the family suspects their mother is a serial killer, the body count continues to rise and rise. You even have a couple of her friends accusing her of being a killer. And you even have this crazy part towards the climax where she goes through trial and then gets off. And it's just so crazy. It is such an intense, dark comedy that's very lighthearted at the same time. It's almost very disturbing. There's some memorable moments with Kathleen Turner prank calling her friends, her dealing with a neighbor about certain flowers and stuff and just harassing her chasing her son at the end, the way she acts with her husband, Sam Waterston, and then also her daughter's boyfriend. She kills him in the restroom, rips out his intestines, just crazy stuff like that. And it is just an out there movie. It's a hidden gem in my opinion. It's a very great dark comedy. So if you're a fan of films like The Lady Killers, you would probably really enjoy Serial Mom. And if you liked films such as Cry Baby or the original Hairspray, this is a very different type of movie from John Waters, yet has a similar vibe to his previous films. Again, it's crazy how innocent this film could look, feel, you laugh at it, and yet be so violent and dark. It is just a perfect dark comedy. Never have I felt this great laughing about horrific acts occurring on screen. And a lot of that, besides the brilliant writing, is also Kathleen Turner's performance as the mother. And you just see how psychotic she is and how much she just revels in being a psychotic killer around this town. What pretty much starts it out is Matthew Lillard, her son's math teacher, is pretty much blaming his focus being lost in horror movies and stuff. And she kills his math teacher. And again, with her daughter's boyfriend, the guy stood her up, he kills him in the restroom. And it just keeps building and building and building, but ultimately it's all built around people who either come across her or try to hurt her family in some way. So Kathleen Turner in this movie really kind of brings that American Pie element of a housewife and just adds it to a raging psychopath. I mean, it is just insane. And again, yeah, it just has a certain feeling to it that's not really as definitive as, say, other John Waters films like Cry Baby or Hairspray, but that is a little bit more Hollywood-like, that has a white picket fence suburban element to it. And I just love the scenes, the trial scenes, and then her saying that you're not supposed to wear white after Labor Day, her talking about her next door neighbor, saying that she's harassing her and just messing with her, and everybody thinks that her next door neighbor is crazy for thinking she's a killer, but she really is, and she just messes and messes with her, and I love it. That whole part where she's talking to her at the house and she's just like pussy willows. And then in the court scene where she just like gives her a silent F you, and then it's like, this motherfucker's insane, or something like that. It makes it seem like the woman's insane. Everybody sees her as a normal woman. They don't suspect her being a serial killer, even with its over-the-top performance. And even towards the end, when there's revelations, it's harder and harder for her family, to believe that she's this killer going around killing people in this suburb. So it has an interesting element to it. It works as a dark comedy, like I said earlier. This was Matthew Lillard's first film, actually. And yeah, he does a good job as a son. Then you have Ricky Lake, who is also in Cry Baby, and Hairspray as the daughter here. Sam Waterston, you may know him from Grace and Frankie now, and he used to appear on Law and Order. He plays Kathleen Turner's husband. There's a lot of great humor. There's a lot of great humor between the both of them in this film. And again, Kathleen Turner just gives a great performance as his character. She just plays it over the top, but you can tell that she relishes it, like I said earlier. And you also have some good cameos and other supporting actors and just crazy situations that take place that just make it a just over-the-top, funny, yet violent movie. It's a perfect dark comedy. So if I had to give Serial Mom a score, I would probably give it a 9 out of 10, a 4 out of 5, and an A. Serial Mom is a wonderfully crafted dark comedy. Came out in 1994, and it has that feeling of like a mid-90s movie, yet it could be really in any time. It fits that, again, white picket fence, American Pie, suburb type of trope. Like Leave It to Beaver, just everything's all sunshine and rainbows, yet there's this psychotic woman on the loose, even though everybody sees her as like this perfect American suburb housewife. It really plays upon a lot of themes with that. And also, very early on, the film doesn't quite reach there, but it plays a lot with, like, you being accused of being a murderer and then murderers becoming celebrity, which is very interesting because right before the film's release and after the film was completed, they had the O.J. Simpson trial. This before reality shows and stuff and court cases being televised. So, like, it really did bring an early question of, like, people committing horrible atrocities, murderers, people who commit violent acts, becoming, in a way, celebrities, becoming well-known on the news and everything after committing such atrocities. So it really has an early view of that before we really got to see it in mainstream media like we do now, and then with social media and just everything being live and instant now. So you really get to see that aspect of it, of not only this suburban housewife becoming a serial killer, but this serial killer becoming a celebrity in result of that. So I find that very interesting. So even for a dark comedy, it does have some surprising elements that it delves a little bit into, but not fully. It could have done so much more, but ultimately, it's really hard to dislike anything about this film, in my opinion. It's just one of those enjoyable dark comedies. So again, I give it a 4 out of 5, a 9 out of 10, and an A. I just wanted to bring it to your attention and why I think it's a hidden gem. It's a perfect dark comedy. If you're in the mood for something violent, outrageous, over the top, that makes you laugh out loud, check out Serial Mom this Mother's Day. It is a very, very underrated film from the 90s, and also a very underrated performance from Kathleen Turner and the rest of the cast. It's not really well known anymore. I remember first seeing it with my mother in the 90s on one of the encores on Wham! Yeah, Wham! Anyway, I saw it like in the 90s, so it's been a while since I've seen it. It's come on TV every now and then, but Shout Factory recently just released a Blu-ray. I'd highly check it out there or on Amazon Video. It is a funny movie, so if you're looking for something a little bit different, yet violent, and just something you could really enjoy and have fun with, check out Serial Mom. It makes one of my highest recommendations and why I think it is a hidden gem of a film. Anyway, that's all for this quick little Hidden Gems episode. I hope everyone has a happy Mother's Day, and yeah, stay tuned for more Hidden Gem episodes in the future. Just as a taste for things to come, I'm going to be reviewing the Richard Linklater film Tape, as well as The Lookout with Joseph Gordon-Levitt, and Candy starring Heath Ledger and Abby Cornish. That's all for today on Hidden Gems. If you like this video, feel free to click the like button, comment, subscribe, check out my other videos. And yeah, if you haven't seen Serial Mom, check it out. If you have seen Serial Mom, comment below. What did you think of the film and what are some of your favorite moments? Anyway, that's all for today.